Hachette Audio presents The Right and Wrong Stuff: How Brilliant Careers Are Made and Unmade. Written and read by Carter Cast. This book is dedicated to the memory of Bradford Macomber. Introduction. My blind spot and its trapdoor. Peter Drucker said that most people think they know what they're good at. They're usually wrong. I'd just gotten off the phone with Randy, a colleague with whom I'd worked some 20 years ago. I hadn't spoken with him in years, and although it was great catching up, the thought that went through my mind that summer day in 2014 was, what happened? Randy was smart, hardworking, well-educated, and after working for several strong brand-name companies, had an admirable set of skills. He seemed to have the right stuff. Yet his career had stalled somewhere along the way, and I could hear the disappointment in his voice when he talked about it. What went wrong? That conversation led me to think back on one of those never-to-be-forgotten moments that we all experience, receiving bad career news. Mine took place in the mid-1990s, during a wilting performance review where my boss described me as obstinate, resistant, and insubordinate. I was then a 32-year-old marketer at PepsiCo's Frito-Lay division in Dallas. Up until that time, I'd had a pretty good 9-year run at PepsiCo, starting off in Wichita in 1986 as an assistant marketing manager for the Pizza Hut division. Then, 3 years later, I became a marketing manager working on the initial expansion of the Taco Bell franchise into the Ontario, Canada market. By 1995, I was a senior product manager working in the new products department at Frito-Lay. I'd been fortunate enough to have received several promotions in my career at PepsiCo and was told that I had senior management potential. I had developed a skill set in the fundamentals of consumer marketing and could drive results by gaining the enlistment of others, because I was empathetic and had pretty good listening skills. I didn't feel compelled to take all the credit for accomplished work, and, by and large, approached my job with a high degree of enthusiasm and a strong dose of irreverent humor. If asked, my peers probably would have said I was a hard-working, well-organized team player who was fun to work with. I was a big believer in one of Harry Truman's adages: it's amazing what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit. Now I was sitting in my boss's office for my annual performance review. I worried as he started the preamble, a variation of the "this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you" theme. Smelling a rat, I flipped to the back page of my review, the money page in PepsiCo's review process. It gauged an employee's future potential with a job seniority level in the top right-hand corner of the page. Unlike in past reviews, where I'd seen L18+, Level 18 is a senior vice president. At that time, I was a level 13, a senior manager. Now I read the ominous words, "hold in place." My ears started burning, and I began to feel a strange sense of displacement, like I was out of my body watching myself perform in a movie. I turned back to the first page of the review and tried to concentrate on what Mike, my boss, was saying to me. Mike didn't bury the lead for long. He came right out and told me that I was considered, by senior management, to be unpromotable and was no longer on the fast track at Frito-Lay. He laid out a list of my offenses, littering his examples with words like uncooperative, resistant, and unmanageable as he described my behavior in various situations, such as the time he'd asked me to work alongside an outside consultant he'd hired for assistance on a marketplace analysis to determine the size and potential of the snack market for kids. Thinking it was part of my job to do this analysis, I ignored the consultant's request to meet with me. A big mistake, as I was now coming to see. 30 painful minutes later, as he was wrapping up, Mike asked if I had anything to say for myself. I could tell he was frustrated, so I refrained from trying to defend myself. I could have told him that his insisting that I work with the consultant made me feel he lacked confidence in my abilities.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?